Welcome back to this second semi-final of Sporting Chance. It could hardly have been closer so far. You left us at half-time with the scoreboard reading Hartlepool Rovers 28 points, Throckley bank top just ahead. They've got 30 points. We kick off the second half by staying on home territory. This is our local round where all the questions are on North East sport, and you're back on the buzzers again here. The Northumbria Kart Club has staged many national championships, but where is its home track? John Doyle.
Felton.
Felton, correct. Rugby, which club defeated West Hartlepool in the John Player Special Cup?
Moseley.
Moseley, that's right, both ties in 85 and 86. Which Sunderland player was credited with the own goal that gave Norwich victory in the 85 Milk Cup final? John Doyle.
Gordon Chisholm.
Gordon Chisholm, correct, 2 points. Let's give the team some local sporting action to watch. Don't forget to wait for the exact questions that follow before trying to buzz in. Debut victory for Derek
Princess Anne, Gulfland.
Princess Anne, that's right. It was her debut victory for her on a northern course, riding her first winner as an amateur jockey at Redcar this year, her 13th attempt, 2 points there to Hartlepool Rovers. Name the horse? You've given to me already, Gulfland, 2 points. Look at this picture, please. Can you name this footballer? Alan Shoulder.
Mick Buckley.
Mick Buckley, former Sunderland and Middlesbrough. So Alan Shoulder picking up the point there. Speedway, Newcastle Diamonds won the National League in 76, 82 and 83. Who was their manager during that successful period? Bob Brewis.
Younghusband.
Dave Younghusband, correct. The same team were beaten by Newcastle United in the FA Cup finals of 32 and 52. Name them. John Doyle.
Arsenal.
I knew you'd be dying to get in there, John. Correct, 2 points. Boxing, who was the last North East fighter before George Feeney to win a Lonsdale belt outright? Bob Brewis.
Cullen.
Maurice Cullen, correct. Lightweight from Shotton in January 1966, so a couple of more points there to Throckley right at the end of that local round. And the teams have obviously been swatting up on their local sport. That was high-scoring stuff. Hartlepool Rovers 34 points, Throckley bank top 42. Round 6, and here we take our teams back in time and ask them to name the year. We show them a magic moment from the sporting past, and the teams have to remember the year when it's happened. Then we ask them more questions about that period in time. You're still on the buzzers, but wait for the whole question before diving in. First, though, let's revive a few memories. Players in the year we want. Bob Brewis.
Mortimer and Truman, 1961.
Angela Mortimer and Christine Truman, 1961. A rare all-British Wimbledon final. Mortimer won in 3 sets as well. 2 points there. Who won the men's singles that year? George Stewart.
Laver.
Rod Laver, just in time. His first win, he beat Chuck McKinley in straight sets. So 1961 we've established as the year. 3 more for you here. Who was amateur golf champion? Derek Kempthorne.
Michael Bonalek.
Correct, first of 4 wins. Who was world 500cc motorcycle champion? George Stewart.
Gary Hoggin.
Of Rhodesia, correct. Who was world cross-country champion? Derek Kempthorne.
Basil Heatley.
Correct, 2 points. Great round that was for Hartlepool Rovers. Let's have a look at the scoreboard and see if that's made a difference. Certainly has. Hartlepool Rovers 42 points. They pulled right back into it. Throckley bank top 44. So it's almost even Steven again now. It's round 7 as well, and at this crucial stage, the 2 super sports have to take on the responsibility for scoring the points. They go solo for a minute, where they try to answer as many wide-ranging questions as they possibly can. Our 2 experts are used to the spotlight by now, but I still don't think it's going to make their task any easier. We'll find out now as Hartlepool Supersport is first to go. Derek Kempthorne is the man, second high scorer of the competition with 10 so far. Good luck, Derek. Your 1 minute starts now. Racing, where is the Welsh Grand National run?
Chepstow.
Correct. Name the first man to run a marathon in under 2 hours 8 minutes.
Pass.
Carlos Lopez. When James Hunt won the World Drivers' Championship in 76, who was the next British driver in the final table?
John Watson.
Correct. Who captained New Zealand at rugby 30 times between 58 and 65?
Mead.
No, Wilson Winneray. Tennis, who was World Junior Champion in 1978 and won his first major pro title, the Volvo Masters, in 82?
Pass.
Ivan Lendl. Cricket, in this year's tied test match in Madras, Australia's Greg Matthews took 5 of India's second innings
Ray
wickets.
Bright.
That's right, who took the other 5, Ray Bright. 3 cities have staged the Summer Olympic Games on 2 occasions. London, Los Angeles, and which other?
Paris.
Correct. In 1981, the son of a world-famous singer and entertainer won the US amateur golf title. Name him.
Nat Crosby.
Correct. Racing. Who is the only trainer to have had 4 post-war Grand National winners?
Fred Rymal.
Correct. The most prolific record breaker in sporting history. This weight lifter set 80 official marks between 1970 and 77. Who is he?
Vasily Alexeyev.
Correct. Football. Since the war, only one player has scored more than 40 goals in a Division 1 season. Name him.
Pass.
Jimmy Greaves. In which event did one nation win all 3 medals on the opening day of the 1986 European Athletics Championships? Ever go in for an event?
Hammer.
No, it was the men's 10,000 metres. Italy, you may remember, won all 3 in a terrific race. 7 points there for Derek Kempthorne. That's still a highly respectable score in difficult conditions at the moment. Now the Supersport for Throckley has to take up the challenge. Bob Brewis is their champion. Very good luck to you, Bob. You've got the same conditions. You have 1 minute starting from now. Which British boxer lost his world title to Chansai Chinoy in 67?
McGowan.
Correct. Which was the first country to announce it was boycotting the 86 Commonwealth Games?
Tanzania.
Nigeria. Scotland managed just 1 goal in their 3 group matches in the 86 World Cup. Who scored it?
Souness.
Gordon Strachan. Which famous sportsman claimed in February 1985 that the shock of going to prison had made him a new man?
Pass.
George Best. Motor racing. In which city is the Australian Grand Prix held?
Melbourne.
Adelaide. Cricket. Who in 1985 set a new world record by catching the first 8 wickets to fall in an innings?
East.
That's right, of Essex. Linda Batten is the women's world
Darts.
number 1. Darts. Correct. Athletics. Roger Bannister was the first man to run a sub-4 minute mile. Who was the second
Landy.
Briton to break this barrier?
Landy.
No, Chris Chataway. Rugby. In 1981, this French centre 3-quarter became his country's most capped player. Who is he?
Bertrand.
Correct. Tennis. Arthur Ashe won the first US Open men's singles title in 68. Who was the ladies singles champion that year?
Weird.
Correct. On which horse did Princess Anne gain her gold medal in the 71 European 3-day
Doublet.
event? Correct. Racing. Name the last trainer to saddle 2 successive Derby winners.
O'Brien.
No, it was Dick Hearn, Troy 79 and Henbit in 1980. So 6 points there to Bob Brewis. And still I think the Supersports have worked hard, but it's going to be desperately close when we look at that scoreboard again. And yes, 1 point in it. Hartlepool Rovers 49 points. Throckley Banktop 50 points. So it's all going to depend on the 8th and final round. But time and again we've seen just how the score can change in these last few minutes of the quiz. We're back on the buzzers for more quick-fire questions. But remember, a wrong answer now gives a penalty point to the other side. Who won the Olympic pole vault title in 52 and again in 56?
Bob Richards.
Correct. Against which man did Cassius Clay fight in his first bout outside the United States? Derek Kempthorne.
Henry Corbett.
Correct. Cricket. New Zealand, India and which other nation made up England's group in the inaugural World Cup competition? Bob Brewis.
East Africa.
Correct. East Africa. Name the 2 golfers who tied for second place behind Jack Nicklaus in the 86 US Masters. George Stewart. Penalty point properly. Have to. Anyone want to take it? 2 golfers tied for second place? No. Greg Norman and Tom Kite. Who trained West Tip to his 86 Grand National success? Derek Kempthorne.
Michael Oliver.
Correct. Which circuit, together with Brooklyn, staged the British Grand Prix before the last war? Derek Kempthorne.
Donington.
Donington Park, still desperately close. Who was the first Cardiff player to be capped by England at Rugby Union, making his international debut on the 75 tour?
Nelms.
Brewis. Barry Nelms. Correct. Leeds United beat 3 Scottish teams on the way to the 67-68 Fairs Cup final. Rangers was one. Name either of the other 2. John Doyle.
Dundee.
Dundee or Hibernian. Correct. Who in 1979 succeeded Roger Taylor as trainer-coach of the British Whiteman Cup team? John Palmer. Can I have to be hard here?
It's
No.
Davidson.
No, it wasn't Throckley. You can have the penalty. Can you answer it? John Doyle.
Wilson.
No, it was David Lloyd. The man Duncan Goodhue succeeded as Olympic 100 metres breaststroke champion with the same man.
John Henkin.
John Henkin, correct. Who rode Sawati to win the 86 Badminton Horsepower?
Ian Stark.
Ian Stark. Where would you find Craven Steps, the Crabtree and Doves? No, on the boat race course. Which American was the first man to clear 7 feet in the high jump? Bob Brewis.
Charles Dumas.
Correct. What nationality is former world lightweight champion Alexis Arguello?
Nicaraguan.
Nicaraguan. It's still neck and neck. Cricket. Who are the beaten finalists in the first World Cup competition? Derek Kempthorne.
West Indies.
No, it wasn't. Bob Brewis.
New Zealand.
No, it was Australia. They were beaten by the West Indies. Which tournament in 81 provided Peter Oosterhouse with his first win on the PGA Tour? Bob Brewis.
Tallahassee Open.
No, it wasn't. Can you take it, Derek Kempthorne?
Greater Greensboro.
No, it was the Canadian Open. Who became the first woman to ride in the Grand National? Derek Kempthorne.
Charlotte Brew.
Correct. 2 points. Who was the Scot who won the 80 World Sidecar Championship? It's there on the buzzer. Who was the... I started the question. It's got to be answered. Who was the Scot who won the 1980 World Sidecar Championship?
Jock Taylor.
Jock Taylor. You've got it anyway. Well, with the score so close, we had to be tough, and you can tell there Hartlepool Rovers have won it. A fantastic match. Let's look at the scoreboard there. It's 66 points to Hartlepool Rovers, 63 points to Throckley Banktop. Well, what a competition, what a semi-final, and you really got to have commiserations for Throckley Bank Top. I mean, they went out last year in the final on the last question, and they certainly couldn't have pushed anyone harder, so very bad luck to you, Throckley. But congratulations to Hartlepool Rovers, who are in the final. A magnificent performance, a magnificent contest. So I think we can recover ourselves now, and because for all of you at home who've been spending more than the last 3 months working out the winners of our viewers' competition, it's time to reveal all. Here then the answer and the lucky winner of our Star Search. Well, we had an absolutely great response. Everybody at the post office was more than grateful for the overtime as well, so close to Christmas. An impressive number of you got it right too, successfully working out the name of the sporting superstar from the first letter of the list we compiled over the weeks. A few of you, though, must still be baffled, so here is a final clue.
But we haven't been able to control the play in midfield the way that Maradona has been able to do. He's hurting England again here. It's a brilliant run. It's one of the world's great goals.
Yes, Diego Maradona was the answer, the star of the 1986 World Cup. And you can see here how it all worked out from the original list of names. And the winner was 17-year-old Jennifer Enticknap from Grafton near York, who wins £200 worth of sports equipment. But Jennifer told me she's under pressure. She's a keen squash player, but elder brother Nick helped her with a couple of answers, and he wouldn't mind a snooker table.